Most smart homes aren't actually smart. They are just remote controls. You walk into a dark room, pull out your phone, unlock it, find the app, wait for it to load, and finally toggle a switch. That is not automation, that is work disguised as technology. If you have to open an app, the system has failed. True intelligence means the environment adapts to you before you even realize you need it to. It is the difference between a house that waits for commands and a home that anticipates them. By the end of this walkthrough, you will have 5 specific, production-grade automations running on your system. These are not theoretical examples, these are the exact configurations that remove friction from daily life. We are going to cover lighting that responds to the solar cycle, climate control that respects occupancy status, maintenance alerts that prevent physical flooding, battery monitoring that manages your device ecosystem, and security-aware workspace lighting. You will learn how to write the logic, structure your conditions, and reference specific entities to make this happen. The problem with most beginner setups is a reliance on simple time-based schedules. Turning a lamp on at 7 p.m. every night is inefficient because sunset changes throughout the year. Similarly, running a heater on a timer is wasteful if you are on vacation. To make a home feel like it actually thinks, you must move away from static schedules and start using dynamic triggers and state-based conditions. We need the system to look at the real world, the position of the sun, the location of your phone, the physical humidity in the air, and make decisions based on that data. Let's start with the foundation of ambience, the sunset trigger. This is the first automation I install on any new system because it immediately changes the feel of the home. We do not want to guess what time the sun goes down. We want the system to know. In Home Assistant, we use the Sun platform. This is not a physical device but a built-in integration that tracks astronomical data for your specific longitude and latitude. Here is the configuration. We are defining an automation I call sunset_ambient_lights. The trigger is critical here. We set the platform to sun and the event to sunset. This means the logic fires precisely when the upper limb of the sun dips below the horizon, adjusting automatically for the seasons. There is no need to change this timer in the winter or the summer. Now, look at the action. We are not turning on a specific light bulb with a specific brightness and color temperature. That is brittle. If we change the bulb later, we have to rewrite the automation. Instead, we are calling a service, scene.turn_on. The target is entity_ID, scene.evening_relaxed. By using a scene, we decouple the trigger from the specific settings. The scene.evening_relaxed encapsulates the exact state we want: dim lamps, warm color temperature, specific lamps activated. Right now, my dashboard shows the state of this entity as unknown, because a scene is not a device that stays on, it is an instruction set that executes when called. The attributes confirm we are targeting the right object. The friendly name is Evening Relaxed, and the icon is MD Sofa. When the sun sets, the system executes this scene, and the house transitions from a bright, daytime mode to a cozy, evening mode instantly. You never walk into a dark house again. Next, let's tackle energy efficiency with the smart heater. Heating an empty home is the biggest waste of money in smart home automation. We need a heater that operates on a schedule but respects presence. For this, we are assuming a generic climate entity, let's call it climate.smart_heater, and a presence sensor, likely group.all_devices or a specific device_tracker.pol_phone. The automation requires 2 distinct components, a trigger and a condition. The trigger is time-based. We set the platform to time and are at value to 17 hours. This is 5 p.m. However, we do not want the heater to turn on just because the clock says 5 p.m. This is where the condition block comes in. We add a condition that checks the state of our presence entity. We want the condition to be that device_tracker.pol_phone is home. If the state is not_home, the trigger fires, but the condition fails, and the action is aborted. The action simply calls climate.turn_on targeting climate.smart_heater. But what about turning it off? We need a second automation for the bedtime routine. Set the trigger for 23 hours, or 11 p.m. This time, we might not need a condition regarding presence. If it is bedtime, we likely want the heat off regardless, though you could add one if you prefer. The action calls climate.turn_off. This two-step process ensures the house is warm when you arrive from work but never wastes energy heating an empty room or running all night while you sleep under blankets. Moving on to appliance maintenance, specifically the dehumidifier. If you have a basement dehumidifier, you know the pain of checking the tank, finding it full, and realizing the machine has been off for days. Let's automate the monitoring. We need a sensor that detects when the tank is full. Many smart plugs have power monitoring, or the dehumidifier itself might have a Zigbee or Wi-Fi integration. Let's assume we have a binary sensor called binary_sensor.dehumidifier_tank_full. This automation uses a state trigger. We set the platform to numeric_state if we are using a percentage, or binary_sensor if we have a simple on/off switch. Let's assume we have a binary sensor that flips to on when the tank is at capacity. The trigger looks for A2 on state. We also want to prevent spamming our phone, so we can add A4 parameter, like 5 minutes. This ensures the tank is actually full and stable, not just sloshing around and triggering the sensor momentarily. The action here is notification. We use the notify.mobile_app_iPhone service, replacing iPhone with your actual device name. The message data is crucial. We want a title, dehumidifier maintenance required. The message should be specific, the water tank is full. Please empty it now to prevent humidity buildup. You can even take this a step further and add a second action that turns the dehumidifier off automatically using switch.turn_off targeting switch.dehumidify_switch. This prevents the motor from burning out or the machine from making noise once it can no longer collect water. This transforms a passive appliance into an active system that asks for help only when needed. The fourth automation solves the dead battery mystery. Smart homes are filled with sensors, door sensors, leak detectors, window sensors. All of them run on batteries. Usually, you only know a battery is dead when the sensor stops working. We need a centralized warning system. This requires a bit of setup beforehand. You need to group all your battery entities into a single group. Let's call it group.all_battery_sensors. The automation trigger is a platform template. We want to trigger when the state of any entity in that group drops below a certain threshold. The template would look something like this: states.group.all_battery_sensors.attributes.entity_id selectator, state, number, selectator, state, LT, 20, list length, 0. This is a powerful piece of code. It looks at every entity in the group, checks if the state is a number, checks if that number is less than 20, and counts them. If the count is greater than 0, the trigger fires. Alternatively, if you want to keep the YAML simpler, you can rely on the automation editor to look for numeric state triggers on multiple entities, but a template is cleaner for scaling. The action is another notification. We tell the mobile app to alert us, low battery alert. The message can be dynamic: the following sensors have low battery, followed by the list of triggers. This ensures you replace the AA battery in your guest room leak detector weeks before it actually fails, maintaining the integrity of your security system. Finally, we have the office motion light. This is distinct from standard motion lighting because we only want it to activate during work hours. If I walk into my office at 2 a.m. to grab a book, I do not want the full desk lights blinding me. I want a calm, dark environment. During the day, however, when motion is detected, the lights should be on. For this, we need a motion sensor, binary_sensor.office_motion_occupancy, and a work light, light.office_desk. The trigger is straightforward: platform state, entity ID binary_sensor.office_motion_occupancy, 2, on. The magic is in the conditions. We are going to use a time condition. We can do this in two ways: a specific time range or a sun-based range. Let's use a time range for consistency with a 9 to 5 job. Condition 1, after 9 hours. Condition 2, before 17 hours. We set the weekday parameter to Mon, Tuesday, Wed, Thu, Friday. Now, with these conditions in place, the trigger is filtered. If motion is detected on Saturday, the conditions fail. If motion is detected at 8 p.m. on Tuesday, the conditions fail. But if I walk to my desk at 10:30 a.m. on a Wednesday, the conditions pass. The action then fires light.turn_on targeting light.office_desk. We should also add an off automation. Trigger on binary_sensor.office_motion_occupancy changing to off with a for delay of maybe 10 minutes, so the lights don't flicker off while I am sitting still reading. This creates a highly context-aware workspace that respects both presence and time. Implementing these 5 scripts changes the psychology of your living space. The house becomes a guardian of your comfort and your resources. You stop thinking about turning on the heater or checking the dehumidifier because you trust the system to do it for you. The scene evening_relaxed fades in automatically, the heater runs only when necessary, the dehumidifier alerts you proactively, your batteries are never depleted, and your office responds only when it is appropriate. That is the definition of a home that feels actually smart. If you found these configurations helpful, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next guide on advanced energy monitoring.